A few days ago, I joined my second Godot Wild Jam, and this time the theme was Controlled Chaos. Initially, I wasn't planning to join this jam because of my exams coming up, but exams happen every year, so I decided to join this as a last game jam before my exams. As always, I was gonna do this jam solo, but then I remembered that I am in a Discord server with a lots of friends. Yeah, I got friends somehow. So I decided to team up with two of them. We created a new Discord server for jam related discussion, and then we started gathering ideas for the game. We thought of many ideas while sitting in a Discord VC, and then after we had enough ideas, we selected the best of them and did a vote to select the final one. Originally, we were gonna go with a chemistry game idea where you play as a chemist whose job is to neutralize the elements by adding stuff or removing stuff. But I failed chemistry in school, so instead of that, we chose virus control. It goes something like this. Your PC is filled with virus, and the screen is showing virus pop-ups again and again. You have to remove the virus from your PC, and then everything will be cool. As the jam was gonna run for 8 days, we had plenty of time to complete this game idea. So in the first 2 days, we were pretty chill. I started to work on the first mechanic of the game, which was to show virus pop-ups on screen with random messages like your PC is hacked, etc. And it was pretty simple. In the morning of day 2, Bongo added more virus messages for the pop-ups, and I created some designs for the OS, and we came up with EggOS as the OS name, because it was pretty funny. Then I implemented the desktop screen design inside of Godot. Next, it was time to move on to the actual main mechanic for this game, which was a file explorer and file system. File explorer was gonna be the thing where the player had to find the infected files hidden across many folders. And for that, we needed a way to handle folders and files, so I got to making one. First, I made the design for how the Explorer was gonna look like, and then I implemented it inside of Godot. The design was pretty basic, and it was done in no time. On day 3, I started to work on the software store, which was gonna be the place to buy different upgrades. The first upgrade I worked on was Pop-up Closer. When activated, it would close the warning pop-ups after a certain amount of delay, and that delay would decrease with each upgrade. Next day, while I was sleeping, Bongo created ad pop-ups in addition to the warning pop-ups. These pop-ups showed a random image and clicking on it will open the ad image. So he added a bunch of these ad pop-ups, and at this point, I also woke up and started to work. First, I fixed some things Bongo changed about auto-close ability, and then I got on to making the file system for Explorer. I created a dictionary to store the contents of the whole folder structure. The way it works is if a key has a dictionary value, it's a folder, and if it's a null value, it's a file. Really easy. And here's how the file system was looking like at that point. I started day 5 by restructuring the file system code and improving its functionality. And once the file system had a solid base, I got started to creating the random file system generation. And this was the most difficult part to implement, and it took me quite a few tries to get it working right. And after it was done, it was working really good. While I was finishing this random file generation, Bongo created the file deletion system, which was partially implemented in the file system code but wasn't connected to the UI. And we also made the player lose score if he delete random files instead of the actual virus file. Then I reworked the upgrade system. Previously, there wasn't really a system for them. Everything was just mashed together to create these simple upgrades. So I created a resource-based upgrade system and made it a bit modular, and it was working perfectly. Next, I fixed some bugs here and there, and then created a Istio page for the game, and at the end of the day, I uploaded a test build to Istio. The first thing I did on day 6 was to randomize the virus names because the whole system was randomized but virus had the same name. And after that was done, I started to implement infection meter. How this works is the infection meter increases with time, and if the player is not able to delete the infected file within that time, PC will crash out and it's game over. So I created the base system for win and lose conditions, and I also imported the audio files which Synchro, the second member of the team, found for the game into Godot. At this point, the game's overall loop was completed to some extent, so I got on to fixing the look of the game. I created some icons for the desktop items, folders, and files, and also created a theme for the entire interface, and it was looking kinda cool. I also made a R-sword screen, red screen of death, cause it's red, and showed it at game over. Day 8 was all about testing different things and polishing stuff here and there. I started with adding a new upgrade for closing all virus pop-ups at once. Then I added sounds for click and art sort screen, and also created icons for the upgrades. One last thing I did was to make an active upgrades tray in the taskbar to show the current activated upgrades, and also created a toggle thingy for antivirus upgrade so you can turn it on or off. The jam was almost about to end at this point, so I uploaded the final build and went to bed. When I woke up the next day, I went to see the jam page just to see that the jam's time had been extended, so I decided to work a bit more on the game. One thing that I had in my backlog for a long time was an intro sequence, so I created one and animated it inside of Godot, and finally submitted to the jam for the last time, and that was it. My second Godot Wild Jam submission was up on the jams page. It was fun working on this game and working on another Godot Wild Jam submission. This time I didn't use any wildcards because they were not fitting the idea. And that's how I created a game about virus for Godot Wild Jam number 80. The game may not be as fun, but I definitely had fun creating it. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And by the way, we are really close to 1000 subs, like really close. So go ahead and subscribe if you are new to this channel. I'll see you in another cool video. Bye bye.